I could tell you a whimsical tale that's probably very inaccurate. The Sensible Sociopath.
2, 3, 1, go.
Roma, the podcast is here!
It really never gets old.
Sorry about those jokes I said earlier about babies with both sets of genitals.
What does that even mean?
You know, I'm willing to risk my life for this podcast, Roma.
Ugh, that sounds insane.
I'm also willing to risk your life for this podcast.
Periods are not just for women.
And you'll get to red pill yourself if you choose to.
Come on if you're thirsty.
Take off their underwear and relax with their uncle.
It was kind of traumatizing.
White people are bad and do bad things.
How fast can I eat your ass?
I mean, you know, you look at me and you go, this is an international man.
My whole life is a sham.
And you can't get the white Oreos, that's racist.
I think I counted like 25 racially charged jokes.
White privilege allows me to turn off someone's headlights.
I was just being agreeable.
Roma, when was the last time you were agreeable?
It's been days.
Also, if you try to poop really hard, sometimes you'll come.
You would think that we'd have our shit together.
It's the enema for your face.
Yeah, I was gonna say cleaning's for women.
I'm not a lady, Roma.
Oh, this is so gay.
Let's try to be inclusive, Roma.
What does that even mean?
I know these things, Roma. I know many things. Oh, hi there, everyone. And welcome to episode 152 of the Sensible Sociopath podcast.
Woohoo!
152. We're live on a Friday night on the YouTubes. Tonight is a very action-packed episode. We have videos. We want to teach you why women are incapable of listening. I forgot to put that in the title, Roma. Yeah, so we'll get started right away. But first, introductions. I'm Stephen Paul.
Hello, Stephen.
That's Superfan Dan.
Hello, everyone.
And that's Romerica Rifkin, our producer,
Hi, guys.
in the booth.
Sup, Romerica.
Oh, yeah. So, Roma, I would like to bring the attention to everyone of the Article 1 evidentiary. I'm almost a lawyer. Been listening to a lot of lawyer stuff.
Yeah?
Yeah. So, Roma, if you could share this.
Are you prepping for trial?
Oh, absolutely. Yeah.
Is there a way to make this
Mhm.
bigger?
Yep, if you bottom right corner, I think of it. I thought. Did you refresh?
No.
Yeah, try refreshing. So, this is just a visual demonstration of, you'll see a lot of men around this scenario, and then there'll be one woman, and I'm going to have you guess who she is. And I don't see gender. I don't.
Boy, that's got to make, things really awkward.
It makes it difficult. You have to go by behavior alone.
Oh.
So we are ready.
All right, here we go.
Okay, I got a bowl. Several Americans.
Oh, shit!
He's fine. I mean, she's fine. She's fine. She'll just crawl right out of it. Roma, do you want to replay that halfway through?
Yeah.
Wow!
She definitely learns a lesson, let's say.
I'm pretty
she
sure
gets kicked in the face by a bowl, by the way.
I'm pretty sure that's not a she.
Yeah. Everyone, and look, no one is surprised.
That is a hairy she.
Nobody is surprised that she did that. And that's how we lead into this story.
So it's a she with a full beard, but continue.
Roma, I don't see gender, okay? You're a bigot. So the point of that is we were cleaning out Mallory's mom's shed,
Okay.
okay? My girlfriend Mal's mom, everyone knows her.
Good old Maltese Falcon.
Mm-hmm. So we were cleaning out the shed because Mal was going to store some bins in there or whatever, some of those Tupperware totes.
Good old bins.
Yeah, stuff to put stuff in, like Halloween decorations and Christmas decorations
Sure.
and all that.
Mummified bodies, right?
Mm-hmm. And her mom said, "Oh, just be careful. There's some bees over by the shed."
Oh, Jesus.
And I'm like, that's odd. Bees don't usually hang out in sheds.
Well,
It's
So-
usually a wasp territory, to be honest with you.
I think you might be right, Dan. And what happened was we went over there. It's just a small, just like your regular average size shed. And we were going to pull everything out of it and then, kind of reorganize it, sweep it out, just do that kind of stuff. And so I walk over there and there's a pile of wood. And then there's also been some leaves and like some branches that were trimmed off the trees this summer thrown on top of it. And it's kind of their burn pile, like for bonfires or whatever.
Or bodies.
Could be. And there were at any given moment, there was 5 to 8 Yellowjackets, it turned out, just all over this thing, and so, they're all over the place. Like, that's just who's there.
Like legit Yellowjackets.
Yeah. Mm-hmm, yep.
Oh, Jesus.
And the reason I know that they're Yellowjackets is one, because I realize that they're in the ground, that they burrow into the ground, whereas
man.
like wasps and hornets and stuff make nests.
Yes.
Now, they were being a little bit aggressive as we were pulling. They were being a little bit aggressive as we were pulling stuff out, and so Mal's mom has 3 cans of the wasp spray that like shoots 20-something feet.
Okay.
All at once?
The good stuff. She wasn't dual wielding.
Oh, but I thought, maybe it was like 1, 2, and 1 right in the cleavage, just like
that comes later.
It.
Actually,
okay.
all of that comes later, Dan. You're very in tune with this story.
Okay.
So I knew that they burrow under the ground. The other thing I know
I didn't know that
I got attacked when I worked on a golf course because I was weed whacking in some very high like brush, and there was a nest, and I didn't like see where it was, but I definitely got attacked.
Yeah, he whacked it before he whacked it off.
Well, different golf course.
Oh yeah.
Yes.
Right. Because that one had the antler. Right,
yes,
got it.
The other one had the antler. This one had the bees.
Got it.
And the meth.
And the meth.
Yeah. So I'm already concerned because I've been attacked by Yellowjackets, and it wasn't great. I got away on a golf cart. I just dropped my weed whacker and everything and just ran around like an idiot, and arms flailing and screaming probably.
Pulled a Chris Farley and David Spade out of Tommy Boy, yeah?
Mm-hmm. Tried to cartwheel my way out of it. Ended up the movie Hot Rod, falling down the hill.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. After a long and arduous fall.
That's the one that they say whiskey?
Yes, yeah. Best movie ever.
And
literally, if you have not seen Hot Rod.
My name is Rod, and I love to party.
Yeah.
Why do I keep saying
whiskey? What way?
Yeah.
Saying what way?
What way?
Where do you get off? That was actually originally written for Will Ferrell.
Oh, okay.
To play the part of Hot Rod. Probably like the Step Brothers thing, like he's way too old to be doing this since like he was probably 30-something.
Killed it.
Oh,
he killed
absolutely,
it.
Yeah. So as we're still trying to get stuff done, we're pulling stuff out of there. Mal's mom has the spray, and she's just kind of hosing the thing down. 1 can down, 2 cans down, gets down to the 3rd can. Has just it's just spitting little bits of foam out of it, So we're just gonna stop for right now and go to Walmart and pick up some more spray. Yeah, because we don't want to be without.
Unprepared.
Yeah, we don't want to be without anything that'll help. And we had to get rid of them too because they have pets and kids and all that, And what's funny is actually. So after she had emptied 3 cans or maybe 2 cans of this
2 cans Sam's?
Yes, 2 Sam Steve. Wait. 2 cans Steve. Something like that. I can't remember. It was one of my nicknames. 2 can Stan. That's what it was, yeah. There were cans of Coke Zero, Roma. So after about 2 cans were sprayed into this wood pile with leaves on it, suddenly Queen, which is Roma. Do you remember that cat that we had? That was the one that was like really cool looking. The fluffy.
Focus? Oh no, you're round.
Yeah. What kind of cat was that? That was like one of those
Himalayan
Asian cats
or something.
Yeah.
It was a Himalayan.
Yep. So with the blue eyes and like the really fluffy fur.
They
and
kind of look like Siamese cats.
almost like a long hair Siamese.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I think it's a Himalayan though.
Yeah. Roma, do you want to bring up a picture of one of
Yeah,
those?
actually, it used to be Crystal's cat.
Oh, really?
Oh.
Yeah, and then because I met my ex-husband, he was staying there at the time, and then when we moved out, we temporarily moved into our parents' place, and we brought the cat with us.
Gotcha. Yeah, and it was a cool cat, and Queen is that exact type of cat. So very
Okay.
like snooty and uppity looking. Once we see it, we'll you'll see what I'm talking about. She comes crawling out of the toxified pile of leaves. Like we had sprayed 2 cans with the cat in there, and she didn't even give a shit.
Oh my god!
You know? Yeah. Basically the one on the one.
Ram looked like this.
that's
Hold
the
on,
one.
I gotta.
Not one with the
Not the
with,
flat face.
No.
Okay, I was gonna say didn't look like she ran into a door. And
Ram
never
looked
recovered.
exactly like that.
Yeah. No, that's exactly how Queen looks.
It's a fantastic looking cat.
It's
Yeah.
a beautiful cat. Yes.
Super pretty.
A real cunt though.
Oh, I don't doubt it.
So I wasn't even mad when it was covered in neurotoxin or whatever it
Himalayan
is.
versus ragdoll. I don't know what the difference
Roma,
is. Okay.
you're gonna get so much grief from the cat community on the internet. They're gonna fuck you up.
Siamese versus Himalayan. Yeah,
Yeah,
so see the
Himalayans
Himalayans,
rock.
they're more fluffy.
Yep. So she comes crawling out of the
The wood pile.
the pile of wood that's covered in poison now,
Oh
and
my
she's
God.
fine. This is a week ago. She's fine now. She's still fine.
So she was in there and you guys didn't know she was in there?
No.
Oh,
yeah.
shit.
Absolutely not. Roma, there's Yellowjackets all over the place and poison. I don't know why a cat would be in there.
She was just
Yeah.
drinking the poison straight.
I
You know,
guess.
she's got an immunity now.
Yeah, and so Mal's mom, because I was standing back, I wasn't coming up too close. Mal's mom goes and like puts her head like right by where the nest is, and she's like, "Hey, come over here."
Oh, God.
So we go over there, and I mean, in the movies when you hear a swarm,
Yes.
that and it's just like, yeah,
Vibrating.
it's like ominous.
Yes.
That exact sound.
So the entire thing was vibrating.
Yes, like it sounded like a bee's nest or something, but there weren't any flying around, so it's all under. Yeah. So we're like, oh, okay. That's when we decided to go to Walmart, get more cans.
Set it on fire.
That's what everybody kept saying, and I'm like, we're gonna burn down the shed and the fence and everything around us. Everything will burn, and I'm fine with that.
Be cleansed in fire.
I would be fine with that, but I just didn't want to burn someone else's house down,
Yeah, well,
So at that point, we decided to go to Walmart. We get, and it was probably about 45 minutes to an hour between us, like leaving, getting the stuff. And when we went to Walmart, we went to the garden section, and there's no wasp spray. And we talked to one of the ladies, and she's like, "Oh, well, that's seasonal." I'm like, "Yeah, it's like 85 degrees out. Can we have some wasp spray?"
Yeah.
And she's like, "Oh, well, they might have some over in the chemical department." Well, Walmart has a chemical department? I'm like, "Yep." All right, where is it?
Yeah.
Yeah. And then she gives us the wrong aisle, of course.
You guys have a chemical department?
Yeah, I guess. So we ended up going in there.
Answer's fantastic.
They did have the cans of spray, which was awesome. They did not have any of the catchers, the little yellow.
Was it in the camping section?
It was by all the cleaners. So I guess that's their chemical
Really?
department. Yeah. Mm-hmm. Yep. In the grocery.
Oh,
Area. Yep.
Oh yeah, with traps and stuff.
Yep,
you
yep.
know,
I
things-
did. They do have like Cutter and Citronella, which I didn't think
Things-
were enough.
things to kill
No.
the pests.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
When you're dealing with Yellowjackets in your girlfriend's mom's backyard, you can't beat off brand.
Or, it's a debate between cut her off.
Yeah, I would cut her off,
Right.
Petus. So we come back from the trip to Walmart, and it is utterly silent. And so
They
I'm like,
knew.
maybe Roma, they could be dead. I don't know. I'm just an amateur entomologist.
Okay.
All right.
Somebody kick it.
Well, so I went into the shed, and there were several tools to choose from. I chose a nice sturdy. It was about the width of a hoe, It had 4 tines like a pitchfork, but they were bent down. So
Okay.
it was almost like a little like claw.
Rake
like a little
thing,
rake.
yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, it was like a
All
little
right.
Wolverine claw, you know?
Do you stick it down your sleeve and like
Yeah.
pretend like you're Wolverine?
You know? So
Let's go, bub.
so here's where women don't listen.
Okay.
I said, hey, ladies, I'm going to risk life and limb to reveal what's underneath this pile and try to get to the nest, you know, because obviously there's a bunch of leaves on top. There's some stuff we need to move out of the way to find the access point and you know, take care of this issue because there's
Cleanse
kids
it with
and
fire.
animals and all sorts of things. Yeah. And the fact that they want to burn the wood pile, you're never going to be able to burn the goddamn wood pile if it's full of Yellowjackets.
Is that
So,
a thing?
What?
Well, then you'd have,
Yeah.
flying
You'd have
yellow jackets.
Flying, burning Yellowjackets.
Yeah, flaming yellow
Yeah,
jackets.
they'll just fly right into
The-
people's houses,
The
into your
entire
gas tank.
neighborhood fucking sets on
Like,
fire.
Exactly. It's like a strafing, you know. It's like
Oh,
a,
but
you guys.
humanity.
We were having a party.
oh no! Oh, look out! Yeah, Nazi Zeppelin. So I have a can, brand spanking new. Even tested it. You know,
Barely hear the because
there's no
so
ball
much
in it.
fluid in it.
Yeah. But yeah, it was stuffed full. So I'm feeling good. Got a nice heavy can. Got my little rake clawy thing.
Your Wolverine weapon.
And so I told the girls, I'm like, okay, you guys, you know, you have they had some boxes and stuff that they could have moved around inside and like done all, you know, just done some things. You could just meander a little bit. However, right after I'm done saying that, they follow me right outside. And I'm like,
Well, they wanted to see you get attacked to your death.
yeah, well, that, and they also just started mincing around in the boxes that we had pulled out. I'm like, what are you doing? You know, but of course, they're women, so they just do their thing. They walk up behind the bull you're loading into a trailer, and they smack them on the ass because they think, why not? What could happen? And then they get their fucking beard kicked off, Roma.
What is the charge? Eating
sorry,
a
wrong one.
meal? A succulent Chinese meal?
This is the one. That's a girl body falling. So I tell them to go inside, move some boxes. They don't listen. They come outside. And I'm like, all right, whatever. So I pick up a big railroad tie, just a big piece of wood, move that away. Nothing yet. No sound, no nothing. Take my little rake, kind of figure out where exactly the best point is to just move it in there and, you know, pull back some of the leaves and, you know, separate the wood from the leaves. Taking my best educated guess as to where the entrance of this might be. And boy, did I nail it. So I put that thing down and I pulled it back. And all I saw was a pile of Yellowjackets. And they were in this little dugout like area.
I hate this.
Like it was about the size probably of my hand, but it was just like completely like dug out and literally full. And they just went
Oh,
just out.
Oh my God.
Oh.
And I said, run! And I yelled it, and they both look at me like, what? You know, and I'm just spraying. And before I think I even said run, I got stung twice.
Oh no.
Oh man.
We're running inside. Her mom's got feet problems. She smokes. It's not a good scene. And when you're a man, you are not allowed to get in the house before the girls.
No, you're not. That's
Mallory
that's a law.
Mallory barely wears shoes. And thankfully she was wearing some shoes that day.
Oh my God.
So we all run in screaming, going like this, and we end up inside the house. And I know I'm stung. I know I've been stung at least twice, which was all I was stung, thankfully. Mallory's mom was also stung. And this is when she says, I'm sorry. And then she removes her shirt and I saw her tits. full on.
She's been waiting for that moment.
It was pretty good. I wasn't complaining. She's got a nice set.
Oh, good. Well, you know
By
what?
anyone's measure. By anyone's measure.
Oh, nice.
Yeah.
Now I know you have to look forward to.
Yeah.
Hey, there you go. At least it holds up.
Yeah.
I'm sorry.
Yeah. Well, Mallory actually had a breast reduction when she was
Okay.
like 16 or 18.
Really?
Or something. Yeah. Yeah. She was a tit monster.
Wow.
Tit monster.
Now she's just a tit gremlin or whatever. I'm sure there's still D's, but
So Steve S says you have to do it after dark, or also just pour about a quart of gasoline down the hole, no fire.
yeah. Yep. And of course I didn't know any of this, and we had to move the shit. So that's the
Yeah.
only reason we were doing this is like it was Sunday. We had to get that shit. We planned on it, so it's kind of like do
Now or
whatever you
never.
gotta do. So we get chased in the house. I'm
So
already
she wasn't
stung.
wearing a bra?
No.
All right.
Yep.
It must be pretty good if she's not wearing a bra.
Yeah, I mean, yeah. And she's like 56 or something, and I'm like, that was all
You're
right,
like,
you know.
Yeah,
No,
yeah.
that
I'm not even
holds up.
upset.
Yeah.
Not even upset.
Yeah,
That holds
Like,
up.
very full.
Yeah.
You know, not
Yeah,
like the crazy hanging.
Yeah,
like,
banana
that's
boobs.
the bad stuff. Yeah.
Or like egg yolk on a nail or something.
Yeah. Well, yeah.
I know what you're saying.
Yep.
Yes,
No, that's
yeah,
a thing. Yeah.
yeah.
Egg yolk on a nail or something like
Uh-huh.
that. Yeah.
Or I think the yolk is the nipple, and I think it's just the fried egg on it.
Yeah.
Fried
Yeah.
egg on a
Fried
nail.
egg
That's
on
the
a
one.
nail.
Just dangling.
Mhm. And they're nice and flat, like they were once full with life and vigor. And,
Well, and then babies sucked it out of them, I'm sure.
yeah.
And life.
Or cancer. Yeah.
Eh,
And life.
So,
Fried
So-
eggs on a nail.
yep. So I was stung. Mal's mom was stung. Thankfully, they had some of those little like breakable ampules with the little like cotton swab on the end. So
Mhm.
like you
Oh,
squeeze
nice.
them and do that for stings.
Oh.
So that helped. And now I can still feel it like it was.
I thought you were going to take your shirt off and show everybody your tits.
No, it was a big bump though. It was like, or actually it was almost a trough.
Okay.
So I don't know if I got stung multiple times in one line or something.
But you definitely felt one for sure.
Absolutely, yep. And one on the front of my thigh, and literally been itchy and painful for a week now, almost a week, because this was just this past Sunday. So after that occurred, and then of course stupid queens just wandering around out there while the fucking wasps are attacking everything. You know, the Yellowjackets are.
I'm sorry. Is somebody bothered by something? Are there bugs about?
Is that how the queen died?
Exactly, Roma. Elizabeth II. So
Wasp attack.
yeah, white Anglo-Saxon.
wasps?
What is it?
Yellow
What's the
jacket.
P?
White
Yeah.
Anglo-Saxons people?
Perennian? Yeah, or perennial? I don't know. So right after that, so then the girls are like, we have to go out for Queen. I'm like, fuck Queen. I'm all, that bitch was laying in a poisonous thing of leaves and then just wandering around like nothing's going on out there. I was like, you know how bears fucking clean out bees' nests
Yeah.
and then they just get stung on their nose pretty much? I'm like, that's Queen. She'll be fine. She's fluffy and furry and, you know.
They can't get through the fur.
Yeah, absolutely. And then there was I looked outside and I thought it was a squirrel that was writhing around in pain because it was engulfed in bees. But it was actually just a couple doves pecking at some birdseed. So it wasn't as serious as I thought it was.
So you need actual prescriptions in those glasses is what you're saying.
Yes. So there was one yellow jacket got in the house.
I was going to say, did any get in the house?
Mm-hmm. Only one, and we had run all the way across the yard, and you know, so I think we'd lost a lot of them.
You outran them, Steve.
Run!
Yeah, run! You know, it's like that Schwarzenegger
Yeah.
run. You know, run. But the yellow jacket ended up flying right into the window
Yeah.
in the kitchen
And knocked itself out.
and landed in a coffee mug with water in it. And then we put a lid on it.
That son of a bitch.
Yeah, I put like a little
Sucker.
dirty plate on top of it.
That's
a little,
awesome.
And then we just waited. And so her mom's boyfriend, Scott, was going to be coming home, and that's his Hello Kitty mug. And
Are you kidding me?
no,
That's amazing.
yeah,
We
he's
have
a- he's a
Charlie Cat mug.
he's a big fan of. Yeah, we should get him a Charlie Cat mug. Make him
I mean, we can
upgrade.
get him a pink one.
Get him the pink one.
Yeah.
It's the holidays coming up.
Yeah, exactly. And so it was. So I was like, oh, that's gonna be so funny when he goes to grab his mug, and it's got a yellow jacket in it. But I went and checked, and the yellow jacket was dead, so I just spilled it out.
I got stung by a dead yellow jacket one time.
A dead one,
hmm
like a zombie.
Maybe.
That's crazy.
Was it
Yeah.
going for brains?
So dead ones can still sting you, and it was on my living room floor, and I went to go sit on the floor, like on my shins, like you kind of fold your legs and put your feet under you.
Like a subservient woman, yes.
I think I was sitting at the coffee table to do something, and I was like, ow! And then I get up and I look, and there's a fucking dead wasp there.
I was thinking about that too, because I mean, literally. So then we go back, and once the doves were fine, there were peaceful doves in there and stuff, or whatever those
And the
were.
queen didn't actually
Pigeons.
die.
Yes, exactly.
Not that queen, the other.
Lived immortality.
Yeah. The queen, everyone, or the queen only some people hate.
Long live the queen.
Yeah. Oh yes. So we went there, and there's just like yellow jacket bodies like scattered all over the place from the
If
the
you
stuff.
step on them barefoot, they'll probably sting you.
And that's what I was thinking, because then I was dual wielding cans. So the girls were going to be moving stuff, and I was just, at
You're on
Bal's,
high alert.
yeah, Bal's Bob's like, you want me to do that? I'm like, no, I don't trust anyone. You people are
I
insane.
got 2 cans, one for each of you.
That's right. So I ended up, I ended up just sitting there and just kind of hosing it down, and I was trying to spray
Down into it.
Yeah, because it said that I knew that they were coming back to try to get in that same way. Basically, right where I scraped was where they
Yeah.
all were going. And obviously, they were all sitting there. So for some reason.
You fucked them right off, Steve. That's what you did.
Yeah.
You just fucked them right off.
But it said that the spray will last for a few days and it will kill. And so I just went back over there yesterday, and I went out there, not one yellow jacket.
Nice.
So I'm hoping that's they're wanting to do a bonfire to get rid of all of that shit. So I guess we'll see if
That's
there's any
exciting.
stories after that. But
Very exciting.
yeah, it sucks. So avoid yellow jacket nests. I guess wait till after dark. That's what the can says, is wait till dusk.
Almost all wood piles that, unless you made it like that day,
Mm-hmm.
you just generally want to. You either want to set it on fire like on the spot,
Yeah.
or you got to knock it a couple of times from a distance and make sure that there isn't anything in it.
Yeah. Well, that's it. Is I'm like, there's probably so many. Oh, and then we found a black widow in the.
100%.
Of
Black
course
widows,
you
yep,
did.
they love wood piles.
Mhm.
Of
It-
course, you did.
one was in the shed, which was a little wood.
They like sheds, any of
right?
that stuff.
Yeah.
It was so weird. One day I was walking home from work, and I'm walking down this pathway, and I see something moving on the ground. I look, and it's a fucking black widow just walking down the sidewalk. I was like, okay. I didn't kill it. I wanted to, but I didn't. It was walking away from my house, and it was also small, and I was like, eh.
Roma, ease up on the white on black widow crime. I'm glad you didn't.
I
become a
didn't go
statistic.
through. Yeah, I didn't go through with it.
Thought about it, but I didn't do it.
Yeah.
Okay. Is your story done, or you have more?
Yeah, I think that's about it.
So one of our listeners sent this phone number to me
Okay.
and said it's an automated phone number for Cabela's, the like hunting outdoors shop.
Yeah, it's the Bass Pro Shop of, I think what Carl Malone. Carl Malone owns Cabela's. Yeah,
Okay.
Yeah.
And they said when they called it, the automated voice sounds exactly like you
Ooh.
if you were doing an imitation of an automated voice.
All right.
So
Oh,
I haven't listened
please.
to it, but I
Okay.
told them to send me the phone number, and I thought we could call it.
Okay. Absolutely.
This could go really wrong.
Yeah. Well, I hope an automated machine picks up.
Okay, so
Yeah.
let's try this. I'm going to put on a speakerphone.
All right. Roma's calling Cabela's to see if I'm the one answering. Robo me. Should I try to?
Hold on. My phone's been taking a really long time to go through.
Thank you for calling Cabela's. To check the balance of a gift card, please press 1. To place a new order, press 2.
Roll applause it.
For information
I
on
can't.
returning an item, press 3. If
For
you're
information
calling
on
about your
returning an
club credit
item,
card,
press 3.
4. Otherwise, to speak to a customer service outfitter, please press 0 or stay on the line.
It's like a little fruitier.
A little fruity.
Yeah,
Yeah. All right.
Otherwise, yeah, that's pretty. That
Hold on.
I could
Do you
hear
hear
that.
it?
Oh yeah.
Okay. I don't know if I hear it. Oh, I'm gonna call it one more time.
Mhm.
He said in particular the numbers.
Mhm.
Let's try this one more time.
I could hear it throughout the whole thing.
Yeah.
Give it a second.
I mean, obviously, he's a great voice worker.
Thank you for calling Cabela's. To check the balance of a gift card, please press 1. To place a new order, press 2.
Press
For
2.
information on returning an item, press 3.
An
If
item.
you're calling about your club credit card, press 4.
Club credit card.
Otherwise, to speak to a customer service outfitter, please press 0 or stay on the line.
It's like I'm high on something. Like I'm just like, hey, if you want to talk to Cabela's, you press 1. Hey everybody, if you like the sound of this voice, press 2.
If you
What
want
about-
to look for an outfitter, press 3.
Yeah.
Press 1.
It's
Press
totally you.
2.
Yeah.
It's totally
Yeah, do you hear it? I don't know if I hear it.
If you've ever jerked off in a small aquarium, press 4. They have small aquariums
They
in
do.
Cabela's.
Yeah.
They also have big aquariums, dude.
There's a video
Compared to
somewhere.
big aquarium. You know,
There's
it's a moderate aquarium.
There's a video somewhere online of a guy. I think he keeps his. He might be wearing shorts, something like that, but he jumps into the aquarium at Cabela's, swims around, jumps
Oh.
out, and runs out of the store.
I heard about a guy that got in a lot of trouble for that, honestly, because they were like, I don't know if he ended up killing the coral or doing something. You know,
Oh.
it was something that like he
He did damage.
irreparably damaged.
Yeah.
His ball cheese
You know.
just fucked it all up.
Yeah. But it's like you. What about it? Like at aquariums? Like at aquariums, people jump in with scuba tanks and
Yeah.
do shit. I'm like, well, why does Cabela have more sensitive ecosystems?
Like, really?
Is it really that more
It's
difficult?
like, it's like
I don't know.
trout and river turtles.
Yeah,
like,
pretty much.
What the hell's going on?
They're all lake aminals. Yeah.
I don't understand.
No, that's pretty cool. I could totally see that. If I heard that, I don't know if I'd go, oh, that's me, but I'd probably be like, oh, that's kind of familiar.
Yeah.
Like,
What would be great is if you had called that hotline and then somebody picked up and was like,
yeah.
hello, this is an outfitter from Cabela's. What can I do for you?
Yeah.
Hi, I'm looking for.
Yeah. You've reached me.
To just do the voice just back at him.
If this is an emergency, please dial 911 now.
If it's not,
Press
stay on the
9.
line.
1-1.
You're-
Margot says he's obviously been on hold way too many times.
yeah, and listening to our podcast. What a good boy. You're a good boy or girl.
Oh, it's a
Roma,
good-
I
It's
don't
a
see
boy.
gender.
Yep.
It's a good boy.
Yeah,
well,
that's
we
awesome.
weren't seeing, we were hearing.
Yeah.
Exactly. I don't hear gender.
Oh, you don't hear
Yes,
it
ma'am?
either? You
See
don't
that?
hear it
See what I did,
either?
Roma?
What about smell? Do you smell gender? Are you going to try and tell
Mhm.
me you don't smell gender?
Well, I smell gender equality in this podcast, except Roma.
Oh, that's
S- Go ahead.
Well, I was going to say that voice actually leads me into something.
Hmm.
Do you have something you
Mm-mm.
want to add? Okay. Dan,
Yes, Steve.
Roma,
Uh-huh.
cybering or phone sex?
So does cybering, that involves cameras? Is that what we're
Not
talking
necessarily.
about? No, not necessarily.
I think I use
Are you talking,
cybering
like
as
like text as well?
yeah,
like-
just
So
like text.
Sexting
dirty- yeah.
versus like verbal.
Yeah,
like-
I prefer the term cybering.
Okay.
It's like scissoring with computers.
Uh-huh.
Yeah. Yeah. So which one are you?
Versus the audio, right?
Mm-hmm.
That's what we're challenging.
Mhm.
The text versus the audio.
I just want the preference that you have, because unless you guys don't do either, and that's fine. Some people are in person kind of jerk offers.
Right. So if I had the choice, I would go with sexting, texting, whatever, because you can think it out,
Mhm.
like, so you have enough time that you're like, oh, this will be good, and you're like, I'll change that word.
Yeah, I want you to shit in my face. No, wait. Pee on my
spit
feet.
in my face.
Right.
Yeah, that's
Yeah,
right.
yeah,
spit
whatever.
on my
Spit,
face.
yeah.
Yeah, Roma's got to reel it in a little.
Spit in my face with your halitosis breath.
Yeah, exactly.
You're a dirty boy.
Yeah, shit teeth.
Yeah. Quick question. I was thinking about halitosis the other day. I was around somebody and I was like, ooh, you have halitosis. It was
Mhm.
like next level bad breath.
Yeah.
Is there a particular bacteria that causes that smell, or
I think so. So I think it's got to do with acid reflux and inflammation in your esophagus. I'm pretty sure.
I've heard that, but also I feel like, nah, this is like in your gums. This isn't like a stomach thing. This is in your teeth. Because I've
No.
also known people that have had halitosis type breath, and I've been like, hey, look, like your breath is stinking, like,
Yeah,
and it
yeah.
doesn't normally stink. So like, floss your teeth, and they'll floss it, and then it'll go away. And like,
Oh, okay.
and so like, because halitosis, I mean, unless I'm mistaken, I've thought halitosis is I attribute the wrong smell to halitosis all this
Mhm.
time. It's a very distinctive smell.
Mhm.
It's not
It's
like
the same every time.
it's not morning breath.
No.
It's not.
No, it's
like,
way different from morning breath.
Yeah. And so, but I've actually, like I said, I knew somebody and I was like, I'm close enough to you to let you know that your breath stinks and it doesn't normally smell that way.
Mhm.
I think you have something stuck in your teeth, and they
Okay.
flossed and it went away.
Yeah.
So I feel like it's a gum thing.
Mhm. I know it can be. So
Okay.
definitely, bad breath can be dental, like a dentist could work on it, or it could be totally inside, which is so I sort of had this because I had
I've never
gut rot?
smelt your breath ever. I've
Yeah.
never
Like-
I've never been close to you and been like,
Yeah.
wow, I can smell your breath
Yeah.
Like
ever.
gut rot, right?
yes. Yep.
Although I have smelt your breath when you had high blood
Yeah.
sugar.
Yeah, the fruity
The f-
ketones that you
Mhm.
can smell, yeah. Well, and this one wasn't anybody complaining to me. It was I would taste it.
Yeah.
And so it would come up and it would almost taste like that, like really bad halitosis
Mhm.
taste.
Oh man.
I mean, it wasn't that like, because halitosis, I mean, just takes over a room.
Oh yeah.
Ugh. Yeah. But yeah, and I think what happens is your esophagus and your stomach lining are tough. Like your stomach lining is super tough because all the acid that's in there.
Sure.
Right.
But your esophagus isn't as much, so if you do have acid reflux, like going back into your esophagus, it does piss it off and get it
Oh,
inflamed.
it can burn holes in it if you're
Absolutely,
not careful.
yeah, or give you cancer because it gives you changes the structure of the cells and you get
Irritates the cells and they start to
Barrett's.
freak out.
Yeah.
And, yeah.
so.
But I wonder, I've always wondered, it's like, is that a particular type of
I'm sure it is.
bacteria
Yeah.
that produces a
because it
particular
always
type of
smells
smell?
the same.
Yes.
It always smells the same.
Yep.
And the reason I suspect that it has something to do with acid reflux is because, and I'm sure it's a combination of factors. Maybe your immune system. Maybe what.
Well, and you can have acid reflux and it can actually eat
Oh.
away enamel
Yeah.
and things like that.
Yep.
So,
You can get sore throat
Mhm.
from it or and I think that it's a perfect storm of things because usually I've found the people that have halitosis are generally older, generally have they smoke cigarettes, drink coffee, drink alcohol. They do the things that give you acid reflux.
Yeah.
Because all of those things do. Caffeine, nicotine, alcohol, chocolate.
What I've found is that I know the smell that you're talking about, and for me, I discovered that like I had it, but I tried to manage it like as best I could, and I realized
you do not have, I've never smelled
No.
halitosis on you.
because it's the smell of rot in my mouth that I know and I've been very conscious of it because I've been around too many people and I've worked with too many people like this close where you can't help but be like, oh my God, why don't you brush your teeth?
Yeah. But it's next level. It's not just
but-
brushing your teeth.
Right. No. And
Yeah.
and I've always tried to manage, or at least control the fact that I'm like, okay, I need to get some fucking stuff taken out of my fucking face because this smells bad to me.
Like teeth pulled stuff out of your face?
Yes, or at least have like that point in which, they're like taking a drill and grinding things out from in between your teeth because you hadn't had it done in forever.
Yeah.
Because you neglected your face for a long time.
Which is super easy to do. I mean, honestly,
Oh.
I haven't been to a dentist since COVID started. So, and I keep telling myself, I got to make an appointment, I just haven't.
And
You have great teeth.
Well, I take care of them. I floss them a lot and I brush them and I whiten them. And like, I'm pretty, I'm not perfect, but
you've been pretty on top of that.
I try.
I eat a lot of corn dogs and use the sticks to pick at my teeth. So that's
Pick
what
at
I
my
do.
teeth.
Yep.
But I know the smell that you're talking about, and to be honest with you, noticing things like that, I also noticed that gums are not taken care of, and I understand that a lot of people these days do not want to brush their teeth. I don't know why. I don't understand that, but I do understand the fact that people don't want to brush their teeth, and I don't get it.
I think a lot of people brush their teeth. They do a shitty job, but they don't floss. And what happens is like you're good until you get something stuck in there and it starts rotting. But you know what scares the shit out of me is gum erosion and like I have some going on, especially in my front teeth, and it's from having piercings over the years. So I had a labret piercing, which over the years, because I had it for probably over 10 years. And that it rubbed against the gums. It's very slowly erodes it. And then I had a tongue piercing, which hit the back of the gums. So
it eroded a bunch of penises.
I never had a complaint.
Yeah.
But between the bottom, because the piercings have so a labret piercing has a plate on the back of it. But I wore a ball, so a ball in the front, plate on the back. And as you're talking, it rubs. And then the tongue piercing they had a ball on the top, ball on the bottom. And as you talk, the ball on the bottom rubs. And so the two front teeth that I have, the gums have been eroded. And I actually ended up taking out because of that. Well, no, the main reason was I had chipped a couple teeth. And I was like, I'm too old to chip teeth. Like, I don't want to have my teeth chipping. But also, as I get older, I realized like, I had already caused erosion. As you get older, your gums continue to erode just because life. And like that scares the shit out of me because you can't do anything about that.
Yeah. It would be funny if you had no front teeth, though, Rama. Just saying.
I would get a bridge or something, right? Is that what they do? Bridges?
Yes.
Is that what gives you teeth?
They either give you a bridge or they give you the option to get an implant, in which
So they do implants, but this is gums. So my teeth are okay. My gums are eroded.
So you just get some of those fake teeth, like the wax lips.
You'd essentially have to
gums?
get you'd have to get some kind of an implant to go over.
I know that they can do like skin grafts, I guess, supposedly, but like
or metal teeth like Jaws and 007.
I mean, just get some grills.
Or wooden teeth like, our good old first president, George Washington.
Actually, I think his were made of ivory.
I've heard both.
Because he'd love to kill elephants.
Yeah.
He probably had an informal set.
It was probably whale ivory, though, to be fair.
Heck yeah.
He never saw an elephant.
Yeah.
So this is a good conversation, but you were talking about something. You said something about halitosis, and then I was like, I've been wondering about bacteria in general. I don't know why. Sometimes I think about weird shit, but
one way you can prevent transmission of bacteria is cybering.
Oh, that's what we're talking about. Okay. So yeah. So texting, I like being able to think things through and having the option of deleting and then like retyping it out to sound better. Also, you can send pictures.
Yes.
But well curated pictures, not like a live stream, so you're like, oh, that's the perfect angle,
Yeah.
I have to concur with Romerica. I've found that actually utilizing your words and being able to read what someone else is saying, as well as text something to someone else, and or
my dearest Cordelia,
right?
I hope this evening finds you well.
It is a warm summer evening down here in North Carolina. I was just thinking about you watching the June bugs just float around.
Oh shit! Don't get Dan started. That shit is really
good. The front of my
good.
pants has never been more taut than when I think of you.
It's taut as the circus that is found in town these days, and about as strong as an elephant's trunk. Anyway, yeah. So
I was itching myself so furiously. Someone accused me of having chiggers. If you would believe.
And I said, I do not hire those people on my plantation at all, madam, at all.
Candyland. Yeah.
Ain't no
Uh,
chiggers around Candyland.
So you're both for the texting,
Yeah.
Correct.
sexting,
Yeah.
Correct.
cybering.
Yes. The yes.
I agree. Now, Roma, when you were a married lady, did you cyber your husband much?
No, well, early on in the relationship, so this was early 2000s,
Early aughts.
early aughts, and
Mhm.
so texting. I mean, smartphones didn't really come out until
2004 was the iPhone.
so I think he got the first iPhone,
Did you
and
BlackBerry message each other?
he never had. He might have had a BlackBerry, I think, for work. I never had a BlackBerry.
You know
But
that
no,
tactile wheel? You just rub it on your clit.
None of us. Yeah. Neither of us ever like traveled overnight or anything.
Mhm.
So no.
Okay. Yeah.
I did have a long distance relationship once though later on, and we would Skype.
Mhm.
That got a little randy once. It was fine. It was awkward.
Mhm.
I think we only did it once, maybe twice.
Yeah.
But for the most part, it would be like texts, flirty, sexy texts and pictures.
Yeah. Well, and so Mal she'd never cybered anyone before.
Okay.
Before she met me. And we've done the phone sex thing, but she was married, and so you just don't do that stuff.
Mal's here, so if you're gonna say anything, just
Oh,
let
hi,
him know she's
Mal.
here.
What's up, Mal?
She just showed up.
Oopsie doopsies.
He's talking about cyber sexting.
Someone else. So it was a weekday, and it was after midnight, and Mal's feeling a
After
little.
midnight,
Yeah. Well, when you have to
you
get up
can
early in the
let it all
morning.
hang out.
Yeah. So Mal was feeling a little randy, and so we're just kind of messaging back and forth, and it starts to get to the point where we're like, where we're like, oh well, we're just jerking off with each other now,
via phone. Yeah.
Yeah, and so like I said, it's Mal's second time, and she's she's a natural. She's very good at it. She gets into role play and just stuff like that, because you're just having fun.
Ooh. Well,
Yeah.
you did mention she's a down ass bitch,
Oh, she's down. Yeah.
and you have multiple times.
Unless you tell her to stay in the house because of the Yellowjackets swarm.
But see, that's the cool thing about like if you're sexting or cyber texting or whatever, you can, if you're going to assume a role, you have enough time to think about it. If you're doing it in the moment and you're kind of like, oh, I don't know where I'm really going with this,
Yeah,
you're a little shy, like you could like word vomit something, you're like, ooh, that did not come out good.
Yes.
It also depends on how good with words you actually are.
Yeah.
Because
I mean, I'm really good if I can think about it, but if
Mhm.
it's off the cuff, it might
Mhm.
come out a little weird.
right, there could be some moments where you're like, oh yeah, and then there could be other moments where it's like, I don't pink.
Mhm. Yeah.
You're like, what
wah.
the hell does that mean?
Yeah. Well, and she's a copywriter, so she is very good with words.
Okay.
So
I mean, you should. Yeah.
just take her right down the right path. So it's after midnight, and I'm like, I got to get up early in the morning. I got a lot of podcasting to do. And so,
Listen, can we wrap this up?
but at that point, you're not going to be that way because you're like, all right, I'm about to, I'm trying to get finished here, Yes. So, and the thing about it is, as a guy, you've got one greasy hand for whatever reason. And
it's the weirdest thing.
it's just weird how that works out. And so, you're only able to limited text because, okay, Dan, do you ever do talk to text? And if so, would you do
No.
it cybering?
No, because that does not translate. You talk about fuck and you get like
Mhm.
puck and you're like,
Yeah. You
tits
whenever
and-
you
and
say
it says
come,
shit.
it's COME, which
yeah,
is like,
and
what?
you're like, come, and they're like, what are you talking about?
Yeah,
I'm
come
not
where?
going over there. We're talking on the phone.
It's like one of those Abbott and Costello bits, who's on first?
You're
like, come
you're
or
like,
come? Where
you're
am I
like-
coming?
You're like,
Yeah.
tell me what color panties, and they're like, what about Panthers?
Yeah.
I don't understand what you're talking about.
Tell me where you want to come. What do you mean? Where are we going? That kind of stuff. So
I didn't realize we were in a carpet store.
So men should never use talk to text. I
No.
just feel like that.
Agreed.
Yeah. Get your carpal tunnel. That's it.
Learn, men. Never talk to text while
Exactly.
sexting.
You sound ridiculous. So I'm trying to kind of wrap some stuff up, and I'm being a little bit dominant because that's kind of our roles,
Yeah.
And so I tell her to, finish
Things.
me off or
Right,
whatever,
yeah. Do things.
And so she goes, It just keeps going, you know. And I'm like, all right, now finish me off. And she's like,
Finish him.
yeah, yes, exactly.
Mortal
Yes.
Kombat.
Yes, yeah. And actually, you know what? There was a
Mortal Kombat quote in there.
There was a fighter in Mortal Kombat, like the third one or something, Annihilation maybe or something. His name was Cyber,
Yes.
Oh.
and
Yes, that's
he
true.
loved to cyber. I
Yeah,
bet.
he
Oh
did.
yeah. Oh yeah.
Finish
All of-
me.
Yeah, yeah,
Finish me.
yeah. Because there was Scorpion, Sub-Zero, Reptile. I think
Yes.
was
Yep,
one of them.
reptile.
And then there was the Noob Cybot.
Yes.
And,
Yes.
Yes.
and Cyber, and there was one other one that was like the robot that looked sort of like a predator,
Cyrax.
something like that. I
Yes.
don't know.
Cyrax, I think
Yeah.
was one.
Yeah.
something like- yeah.
He was the robot ninja. Crazy. man.
Okay, yeah, that was probably one. That was probably him then. Yep.
Him
Because I
and
think there was three of
Smoke.
them.
There
Oh,
was
Smoke,
Yeah,
yeah.
Smoke. Yep.
Yep.
Oh, nostalgia. How much
yeah.
we love you.
So we're to the point where now I've asked twice,
Did you get the fatality?
and then the third time I'm like, I'm ready,
I'm ready.
and then she just keeps going, and then getting more into my dominant self. I thought she was teasing me. I thought she was just doing this on purpose. So I said, I'm gonna break your fingers if you don't finish me off. And
How did that
finally
go,
she
Steve?
says, "What do you mean?" And I'm like, "Make me come! Just say it! Just go! Just finish it!" And she's like, "Oh wow, that's so obvious now." And I was like, "What?" Yeah. She's like, "Oh, I had no idea what you were asking me for. I thought it was
Wait.
some part."
God.
Yeah. So I'm like, it's 1 a.m. I have to be up at 6. You know, like, yeah,
Let's finish the charade.
yes.
This was
So,
not a 2-hour, 3-hour, 4-hour
Yeah,
jaunt.
yeah.
I am not young.
That's
I
funny.
have to be up early.
Yeah, I'm like, I'm just chafing at this point. You know, it's all maintenance. No, but it did turn out right. You know, once that happened. Oh, and then what she did.
What do you mean?
Here's what she did after that, which, she's so funny. She said, "Oh, I'm sorry, I didn't know what you meant. So you come on my face and then go to sleep." And that's all she wrote. And I was like, "You fucking bitch." She was like, "You should tell this on your podcast."
With your sister there, but that's fine.
Well, look, Roma,
It's fine. We talked about worse.
we're all adults. Yeah.
You really have. You really have.
Yeah.
Oh my
goodness.
God. That's
Yeah.
awesome.
And by the way, every time I said finish, it was actually come in the end. I did that for
Oh,
you.
thank you.
I did that for
Appreciate
you, Roma.
you.
Yeah.
Appreciate that.
So
That's
yeah.
amazing.
So it was pretty funny. So now I guess she knows.
I should make my boyfriend. I'd be like, we should be in other separate rooms
Mhm.
and sex each other and
Yeah.
I just want to see what his skill level is.
Well, you can do it while he's at work, and
You
that's
have
the
to
thing.
But he
No.
works from home. We can do it while I'm at work, but I'm
Yeah.
busy. Like I can't be distracted
Yeah.
by that. Like it would take me too long to in between texts. You know,
Mhm.
like
Roma's shoes are full up. You know, she'll slip and slide all over the place. Yeah.
my shoes
But-
are very slippery. They're very slippery. Well, I have a
Yeah.
pair of Skechers, right? So I bought those pair of Skechers.
Mhm.
They're amazing cushion. I've actually worn them for so long at work.
Mhm.
They're my like work shoes, and sometimes I'll go for walks in them. But so I don't wear socks, and they're one of those ones with like the cloth top because they're so almost like so the soles are really thick,
Hmm.
and then
Oh, are they those? Remember those shoes, Roma?
not quite, but they're very
Not the
soles
booty
are
boosters.
the soles are very thick, and then it has like a really good cushioning, and then it's got a cloth top, so it's almost like a sock. And so
Hmm.
I don't wear socks with them,
Mhm.
and I grow my toenails just a little bit on the long side. And so over the years, it's been it's been at least 3 years I've been wearing these shoes. My toenails have cut slits into the top of the shoes, and so I can stick my part of my toe through them. And
Okay.
and I've tried to replace them, but I can't find the exact same one.
Mhm.
And so, anyways, but the soles of them are very slick and not
Yeah.
really work appropriate, but they're comfortable. And I'm on my feet for 10 hours
Yeah.
a day. And so I'm just like, I'm not changing these. Like, if I
Yeah.
slip and get workman's comp, that's on them.
Yeah. They're just polished like a bowling shoe. Like
They're-
all of the tread has been.
They have always been slick.
Uh-huh.
Just they're not a grippy shoe in general, but
yeah.
they've gotten worse over the years from wearing them so much.
Gotcha. Yeah.
But I'm like, I can either have sore feet with shoes I have to wear socks who've got fucking seams in them and weird shit that rub my feet weird,
Mhm.
or I can get workman's comp, in which case,
yeah. Well,
they didn't tell me what to wear. And they're
didn't-
not like Amazon. They didn't buy me a pair of shoes.
I was gonna say they didn't provide you with shoes,
Nope.
did they?
No,
Well, fuck them then.
thank you.
Amazon provides you with shoes.
So Amazon gives you a stipend basically to buy shoes for work every year.
Can I buy drugs with it?
I think you can only buy shoes with it.
Huh?
I mean, I worked for a
You
place.
have to order from Amazon.
I think so, yeah.
Oh, okay.
So I think they give you like a credit towards a pair of shoes up to a certain point. So maybe it's like $60 or $100 or whatever. But
600. Bruno Molly's.
I don't think so. I think you get like, it's probably like $120 or something like that, and
Mhm.
you can put it towards a pair of shoes for work,
Mm-hmm.
which I think is pretty cool.
Mm-hmm.
I was working for a company that actually for the state, and they bought me boots. They bought me 2 different pairs of boots. I had summer boots and I had winter boots.
Mm-hmm.
And
I was actually just listening to a podcast recently. There's a guy that he was a civilian truck driver in the Middle East after 9/11, and but he said when he went over there, it's like they have 135-degree days, and it was so hot that his first day or first week or whatever, he took his shoes off and the top layer of his skin peeled off because his feet had been cooked in these boots. And so he had to go and get like military grade, like boots. They have like special venting on them, all kinds of stuff like that, because it literally cooked the top layer of his skin off.
So
oh yeah.
and no one
And that was in
warned
the
him about this.
Well,
Like,
I don't know, but
Yeah,
that was in the
that's
shade.
crazy.
So he said
and that was in the shade.
So
Oh, okay.
yeah, he had taken a thermometer or videos of himself in the shade. It was 135 degrees.
Yeah, that's nuts.
Mm-hmm.
And I mean, look, after 105, it all feels the same. I mean, sure, your
So-
feet slough off.
You know what else is funny though is he said that so at night, and I think the season, because he did it for 3 years, I think the seasons had changed and it was at night or at that, or maybe like first thing in the morning. He said it was cold. It was really cold, and he was just like to the point where he thought like I felt like I was going into hypothermia.
Mhm.
Turns out it was 90 degrees outside.
Oh my goodness.
Because it had been so hot during the day
Yeah.
and he's like, I felt like I was going to literally freeze to death.
Yeah.
Literally freeze to death, and it was 90 degrees outside without the sun.
When I used to work on that golf course that I got stung at, I would
Not
leave
the other
at
one where you jerked off, right?
yeah. But I would drive from that one, from the one I got stung at, and we would leave at 2:00. So you'd get there at like 5 in the morning, and then work until about 2:00 till it gets to like the hotter portion of the day.
Right.
Because you're out there groundskeeping, and I remember I would get into my truck and I'd have the little thermometer sitting in there just to kind of measure the temperature. And, it'd always be, if I had it in the shade or like the sun visor up thing, it was 120 degrees easy every
yeah.
time. And I would get in there, and by the time the summer was over, I wouldn't even break a sweat. I'd drive away, not even roll down my windows. I mean, eventually I would, but because I didn't have air conditioning in the truck. But I got so acclimated at that point that
So
Oh,
the
you're-
weather's been changing, and I have been frigid. Like like I'm wearing a sweatshirt today, but like I've had goosebumps all day today.
great
You know-
book, R.L. Stein. Yeah.
Yeah. I used to get
Loved
the-
Goosebumps
Yeah.
when I was growing up. Oh my goodness.
I remember I got an R.L. Stein book, and it was it wasn't Goosebumps. It was the next level up. I don't remember what they were called. It was like his teen version of Goosebumps,
Okay. Yeah.
And I remember I got a book, and there was a scene in it early on in the book where somebody turned off the garbage disposal and reached in to grab something out of it, and the garbage disposal
Oh.
turned on and like mauled their hand. And like I have never forgotten that scene.
Yeah.
I've read all kinds of shit, and that one scene has fucked me up forever.
Mm-hmm.
I loved R.L. Stein growing up. Like I tried to collect the books.
Oh, me too. I think all of us did.
It was phenomenal. Like
Yeah.
it started with Werewolf at Fever Swamp,
Hmm.
and then it progressed to so many things.
Mhm. Yeah.
But he was a great suspense horror thing for
Mhm,
children.
mhm.
Like really.
Really for
like,
anybody. I mean, it stuff
was
was scary.
great.
Yeah.
It
Scary,
was great.
scary for the time, scary for kids for sure. I just-
Absolutely.
Absolutely.
And scarier than you think it would be.
Yeah.
You
Oh,
know,
yeah.
like for because I think I was like 10, 12,
Oh
something
yeah,
like
like
that.
Welcome to Ghost Camp. Are you kidding me? That shit
Mhm.
was
I remember
fucked
the
up.
one with the ventriloquist dolls.
Yeah,
Those
yeah.
ones.
Oh
Yeah.
yeah.
Those are classics.
It was
Malty says Babysitter's Club for me.
Boo.
I think she's a little bit younger than me, and so I think that was a little
Yeah.
bit after my time. Like just slightly though. I
Mhm.
could have gotten into it, but I didn't get into it.
Mm-hmm.
American Girls, that was another thing. I think that was just a little bit after my time.
Mm-hmm.
If I was in the right, if my friends had been into it, I probably would have been into it. But I feel like I was just slightly old for that.
American Girls was the basis for the movie Taken.
I feel like you're lying.
I am.
Okay, so I have an audio here that I want to play for you guys.
Okay.
So do you guys remember the Laurel and wait,
Mhm.
what was it?
Yanni.
And Laurel,
Mhm,
right?
mhm.
And there was like the blue and black dress
Mhm.
and the gold and
Golden
white
black.
dress or whatever. I think
Mhm.
it was blue and black and gold and white. So this is along that line.
Okay.
So I can play this for you. I think it was a game. I don't know the exact background behind it, but I think it was a game and it's supposed to say something and you can hear two completely different things. So I could go one of two ways with this. I can play it and you can tell me what you hear,
Let's do
which
that.
could be something slightly different. Cause so the first time I heard it, I thought it was something completely different than what they were saying.
Mhm.
And then I said it and I heard one thing. And they told me the two options. So I heard both of them, right? If
Okay.
I put my mind towards one thing, I heard it. If I
Yes.
put my mind towards the other thing, I heard it. But then at one point I was re-listening to it and I could only hear the one thing. Even if I tried to hear the other thing, it's very strange.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. How about you just play it and then we'll tell you what we think it is, and maybe that'll be revealing.
Okay. So let's play this first. Tell me what you think it is.
Okay.
this
It's
is just audio, right?
It's just audio.
Perfect.
So, all right, we're going to go with this. I'm going to turn up the.
I know what I hear.
I'll do it one more time. All right. What do you guys think?
Dan, what do you hear?
I was hearing Ion Storm, to be honest with
Okay, Ion Storm,
I heard brainstorm.
Brainstorm. So
Mhm.
Brainstorm is one of the options,
Okay.
right? So the other
But Ion
option,
Storm, I could hear that too.
Yeah. so the other option is Green Needle. So
Mhm.
listen to it again and listen for Green Needle.
Okay.
So I'm gonna
Roman's
rewind
gonna
it.
play a different one.
No, it's the same one. I'm just gonna rewind it.
I heard Greenstorm.
No, listen.
See, I hear Green Storm. Like,
So I can hear Brainstorm, and then I
Yeah.
hear Green Needle.
okay.
listen,
I
so
don't-
hold on.
I don't hear needle at all.
So hold on one second. Green Needle.
But I still hear the end of
Green
Storm.
Needle.
I still hear the end of Storm. I
Yeah.
do hear what you're saying, and when you say it, it makes
So when
more
I-
sense. But
Yeah, so I can literally hear both of them perfectly. I can hear Brainstorm
Mhm.
perfectly
Mhm.
and Green Needle perfectly. And at one point I got stuck on Green Needle and I could not hear Brainstorm.
Mhm.
And then I ended up listening to another recording of it it was just a different quality. Hold on, let me try to find a different quality of it.
Well, and I think
And-
that's the issue is what you're listening to it on. You know, how much bass it has versus how much treble.
It really
Okay.
sounded
If you
to
have
me
hearing
like,
damage.
like
you know?
at the point in which it was like, yes, it was Brainstorm for one.
Okay, hold on. So this-
Okay.
I still hear the storm.
So this one I hear Brainstorm really. Green Needle. I just heard Green Needle. Green Needle.
Yeah.
Green Needle. Brainstorm.
Yeah. I just hear brainstorm every time, but I can hear
I'm looking. So this one's obviously.
I can hear green snow.
I
you know.
heard like when you played this version of it, I heard Green Needle perfectly like twice,
Mhm.
and then I heard Brainstorm.
But
and
isn't
then-
that weird? Because when you hear it, you fucking hear it.
And then right after that, it just went right back into Green Storm.
Well, and this is
Yes, I've literally heard it change from one saying to another and been perfect.
well, and the thing about it is when it was the Laurel and Yanni, 5 years ago or whatever, whenever that started, it was one or the other. You did not hear both. You heard one or the other. Like,
So
and
I
I
heard-
never heard Yanni, I don't think.
Yeah, and so in that one, I think I feel like I heard Laurel.
Laurel.
I heard Laurel.
yeah, and then
Laurel.
Yanni or whatever.
And
it
I
was.
think
I didn't hear any of
I
that.
think I ended up listening to another recording of it, and I did finally hear Yanni, but I was like, it's Laurel, duh. Like to me, it was 100% Laurel. This one, like I said, it's like, and I could literally change it in the moment. I'm like, this time I'm going to hear Green Needle, and I will hear it without a doubt. And then I'll say, no, now I'm going to hear Brainstorm, and I'll hear it without a doubt.
Well, Margo was just saying she can't hear the brainstorm, but she could hear the green needle.
Green Needle. I'm going
but-
to play it one more second. Here, let's try this one more time. So Margo, listen to for Brainstorm. Brainstorm.
and
Brainstorm.
it's really about the pitch of it. I
Yeah.
think.
Nope.
And then listen to Green Needle. Hold on. Green Needle.
I don't hear it.
Green Needle.
Yeah. I can hear
Which is-
parts of it.
Which is funny because I can literally change it in an instant. So
Yeah.
when I decide to change it in my head, I'm like, no, I'm gonna hear this. I instantly hear that. And
Mhm.
it's such a trip because I'm like, wait, did they just fuck with me there? Did they just
Mhm.
they changed it. But I'm like, no, I literally just made the decision to change what I was gonna hear.
And you're playing the same file
It's
over
the same
again.
file. So she says she just heard Brainstorm.
Yeah.
It was Green Needle again perfectly the first time,
hmm
and then it was Green Storm.
Yeah.
Like I
And
don't
so
know
a
what
lot
it
of
is.
people-
It's just
well,
Green Storm.
And
like, the
apparently
rest
a
of the
lot of
time.
people do hear Greenstorm.
Yeah. Well, and it's kind of interesting because, in psychology or whatever, they have those like
Ink
one's
blots?
a ballerina.
Oh, a ballerina?
Yeah, look up the motion of a ballerina. Look up ballerina spinning maybe
Okay.
or look up like ballerina spinning or dancer spinning
Illusion.
eye test. Yeah, illusion. Yep, there you go.
Okay, hold on. I'm gonna
Yeah.
switch this. Is this it?
Yep. Yeah, so in this one basically it's just the silhouette and then if you use your mind, you can turn the direction that she's spinning in and it'll revert the other way. And it takes a little bit to do it. I think this
Oh,
is
I just did it.
Did you?
They're fucking with me.
Yeah, well, it didn't happen for me.
No, still spinning to the right, but I imagine
No,
if I
had it
concentrated
switched, but I
long
can't
enough-
switch it back.
Yeah.
I imagine if I concentrated long enough, I could easily make it switch back
Yeah.
to the left.
Roma, look for a better one. This one's a little bit bumpy. Like I think the one I saw was just a little bit different. Yeah.
I've been getting paid
Oh.
$1,000 a month.
Hold on, sorry.
She sounds cool.
Yeah, we don't
You
care
just
about
mute
your
them.
OnlyFans
Yeah.
today.
Hold on.
App on my
Yeah, we can hear it, they can't.
Oh, okay, good.
Yeah. So skip the ad there.
Can I skip it?
As much as we want to watch. Yeah. Okay.
Is this good enough, you think?
I think so. It looks a little smoother. I was just trying to make up an excuse as to why I couldn't do it. Yep, not able to do it this time.
So I
But-
did do it, and oh, I just did it. Okay, so try focusing on the foot that's always on the floor.
Oh, I just did it. Yep. Yeah, that's the way you do it.
See, I can't do it back.
Yeah,
Oh,
you
I just
can't-
did it again. I just did it again.
You can't do it by looking at really anything else that I've decided. It's just
Did you get it for the foot on the floor though?
It would-
yeah. Without you
mine-
saying so, I was like, okay, what's the most consistent? It's
Yeah.
the foot on the
You've-
floor.
You've got to do it with the foot on the floor, and when it goes
Jumps
to
up,
there's
I
no
think.
yeah. So when it's not facing left or right, when it's facing front or back, that's when you have to get it to switch. But yeah, and it totally just jumps like
Yep,
middle
yep.
of nowhere. But yeah, very similar. So your mind is able to, because it's not spinning one way or the other. It's
Right.
it just looks
Hi.
like that.
Here's a dancer.
Sorry.
She's clearly
Um,
spitting.
So
We don't need a tutorial on it.
yeah. Tell us all about it. I do have some videos that I wanted to show Roma.
Let me hold on one second here. Let me see what the so Margot says I can change direction, and she goes, that audio is from Ben 10 Alien Force. It's programmed to say brainstorm officially, LOL. And then Margot
All right,
said she had switched
Mouthy.
it again.
Ben 10 Alien Force. Yeah, we're all very familiar with his work.
Do I have a second to go to the bathroom?
Yeah, sure.
Okay, I'm gonna do that. I don't think we
Mhm.
have Stalin. Oh, we do have Stalin. Do you have a Stalin?
Sure.
All right, let's
We
see.
can always find a Stalin.
You think this stuff smells like a man?
Oh, why, hello, everyone.
Oh,
So-
hello, Steve.
We brought up Amazon packages.
Yeah.
So the
Did
other
we?
day, well, Roma was talking about Amazon and shoes and all sorts of stuff.
Oh, right.
Yeah. And there was a package delivered to my house.
Was it your package?
Yes. Well, it was supposed to be. It had my name on it.
Oh, well, at least there's that.
But the interesting thing is,
That is interesting.
I know. It came exactly like this, with
So-
nothing in it.
Oh, well, you mean like you opened it up and there's all right, what was in the package, Steve?
Nothing. Literally nothing. So
Did you end up asking yourself
here's the
what's in the package?
yeah.
what's in the box? What's in the fucking box?
So I ordered some things that were supposed to anchor wiring down. So you could like use zip ties, and they're like little 3M things that you just stick on there, kind of like command strips,
Oh, yeah.
and then you can zip tie them for like the wiring in the studio.
I have plenty.
Yeah, and so I was hoping to get those and start, kind of cleaning up some of the wires and just making things a little more secure, a little more permanent. And there was so basically I'm like, there's some a-hole that delivered this package that didn't realize that it was open.
I was gonna say, did it come and it was opened?
Yeah, it was just
It
open.
was
like
already
this.
opened.
This is it, yeah. So
That motherfucker.
I know. So it's got the little like perforated like
Yeah.
tear open thing here, and then this is supposed to be closed. I'm assuming.
Well, yeah, generally it's supposed to be closed.
Look, I'm not a box doctor.
I'm not a box doctor either.
Yeah, cybering. Yes, box doctoring. No. We need this to be a shirt, Roma. If we could just get cybering with 2 hands like that. That's what I want. Maybe I'll
Alright.
get that tattoo,
Yeah, we can do that.
or maybe I'll get the tattoo like across my hands, so it'll just say cybering like right across when you put them together. Cyber
Ing.
ring or cyber ring. So, anyways, I went to do the return, and I'm like, I guess it's a return. I don't know. So I went in and went there, and then they're having you check this box because I just
Yes.
said like missing items, So they have you check a box.
So they
that
sent you
says-
an empty one?
Yep.
Okay. I've never had that happen.
Me neither. Yeah. And I mean, I've had them send me the wrong thing or something, but never just nothing. And yeah, it was so silly to me that somebody would deliver it. But I guess what are they supposed to do?
I mean, well, you don't know either. I mean, it could be a fucking, a tiny little bracelet. You wouldn't even know, you know?
Yeah. Well, and
they get paid for the attempt.
Right.
No, like seriously, in being somebody who's delivered plenty of
babies.
furniture, babies, packages, monsters, and you even if the person who accepts or doesn't rejects what you're giving to them, and they ordered it, even if they reject it, you still get
paid for.
You still get paid
credit for the attempt. Yeah. Because that was your mission. You completed your mission.
Or if like they're not home and they're supposed to sign for it, you have to take a picture of the fact that you were there, which is time stamped and the whatnot, to let them know. It's like, no, I showed up and no one was fucking here.
And that's another great thing that some people don't know. And Mal was one of these people. Is that when you when you turn on your Amazon notifications, you turn on the delivery notifications, and the delivery notifications are where they take the picture.
Right.
So when they're delivering it to you, I don't think they take the picture of the other ones, or at least you can't get those pictures, but they're prompted to take a picture of the package on your front step.
Every time that I get a delivery, I get a picture, unless it's in the mailbox. I do not get pictures of the mailbox usually.
Because the mail people will sometimes bring Amazon stuff, and they don't take pictures.
Okay, that's what that is then.
And you'll usually get your notification that's delivered about 4 hours later, not right away.
I get, if it's in the mail, I feel like I get a little bit late. But if it's at the door, I get it within 20 minutes.
Because if it's in my mailbox, it'll be like, oh, it's gone, or oh, my package is here. I didn't even get a notification, and then I get the notification 2 hours later. Your package was delivered. But it's just weird to me that you would send an empty package, and so when they took the picture of it, it is a completely flat package on the and it says that
order a comic book.
Well, it says the thing weighs a half of a pound, and it's like a package of like plasticky shit. So it's anyways.
So have you been able to quote unquote return it?
Yeah. So because they had that little checkbox, I couldn't do it. So I was like, oh, I'm gonna have to call them and talk to somebody.
Can you call someone? Is there someone to call?
There is. So there's a customer service line, but actually they send you to a chat, like an artificial intelligence chat bot.
Yes.
And it worked great. I was very impressed with it. So basically it just said like all the usual stuff, like, oh, is it this or this or this?
How's
And
it
you
going?
pick one.
Well, my package didn't show up.
Yeah.
I mean,
basically.
But it said that it had arrived. Yeah, but what the problem is that it was empty.
Yeah.
I'm sorry to hear that.
And that's basically it. And it was just like, well, do you want a refund or a replacement or whatever? And I'm like, yeah, just give me a replacement.
And that's the thing
and it says, okay, we're mailing it out to you. And
that's the thing I love about Amazon is because it's such a big company, they don't squabble at all. So, if I'm like, hey, I got this. It's so funny too, because I've actually gotten, so I'll buy things like used or like
I do,
new
yeah. Amazon
all the
Warehouse.
time. Or like new. And it'll say like, oh, has a defect 1 inch or wider on the surface. I'm like, well, what it is, I don't really care if there's a defect on it. And so
it's a small
I'll order
penis drawn on it.
No, but I'll get it, and sometimes I'll get it, and I'm like, I don't see what this defect is. And I'm a very detail-oriented person. I'm an artist. Like, I see those types of things, and I'm like, I'm like, did somebody just check that and just fucking throw it on there, But meanwhile, I got it $10 cheaper because it said it had a defect bigger than 1 inch, and I didn't, know.
No, I do that all the time, and I'm a big refurbished guy too, because I'm like, look, if they're going over it with a fine-tooth comb to set this up to sell it, I'm like, they probably are doing a better job than the quality control initially.
Well, because they want to sell, they don't want to be returned.
Yeah.
They've
already lost the money on it because they had to replace the item.
And the thing about Amazon is, as opposed to like maybe eBay, is that it's so easy to return. It's free returns. People are actually going to do it. And I return things. So I order stuff super regularly. I probably order at least 2 things a week from Amazon. And I return stuff at least twice a month. Because, and it depends. If I go through a shopping spree and I'm just like, I want all these things right now, I might return half of them because It's really easy to return. I don't have to fucking pay for it. You know what I mean? They're competing with brick and mortar.
Yeah.
So you need to be able to make it so that it's just like I can walk in there, hand this to you, and get my
Well,
money back or get another one.
And the volume and the lack, and bureaucracy. You just you can't have that in a a
Exactly.
company. And that's a great thing about, capitalism is just basically they're like, hey, we make so much money that we're able to, treat our employees shitty and, get
And
us-
Amazon actually does a pretty good job. They treat, like, if you worked at Amazon versus Kohl's, I think you get paid higher than Amazon. And there's probably a lot more leeway, honestly, at the end of the day.
at Amazon or at
Mhm.
Kohl's. Yeah.
At Amazon.
Yeah.
Yeah.
At Kohl's, they don't care if you're wrong. Like, if you tell them that this is what you want,
Mhm.
like, as far as, like, you go in and you've got
Brick and mortar is totally different.
deals and the whatnot, they're like, yep, nope, you're right. Here you go. I'll fix the discount, and here you go. Just get out of the store.
Yeah, but
please.
I'm
Come
actually
back.
saying the opposite. I'm saying that Amazon has so much. I mean, it's $1 billion industry. So I mean, they're just like keep people coming back.
Well, and you both can be right because the same thing is going on with Walmart. Because Mal was talking about how amazing it is to have them do the shopping for you and it's free. So
I've
they'll
heard that. Yeah.
they'll do the shopping for you. She's like, my produce looks great. My, like everything I need. She's like, I feel like royalty. I just pull up and they load the shit in your car.
I still haven't done that.
And she's like, I'm just gonna do this every time. She's like, well, I mean, I feel bad to like support Walmart, but I'm like, Walmart's kind of the little guy now. I'm like, Amazon's the big guy. I'm
Yeah.
like, you could order all your shit from Amazon easy.
I order way more shit from Amazon than I ever go to Walmart.
Yeah,
But
yeah.
Walmart's like my second go-to.
Well, and with groceries too, because Whole Foods, I cannot live on Whole Foods.
No,
You
you
can't
can't
even get a
afford
Coke
it.
Zero.
You can't afford
You
it.
can't get a Coke Zero.
No, you can't get that either.
What the hell? They've got Coke negative.
Yeah, it's like Coke 365 or some shit.
So what the fuck?
We're at the end of the show.
I know.
Well,
God
you know,
damn it.
I've got to say that's
Piece of
that's
goo.
time.
Okay, can we watch one thing, Roma?
Yeah, we watch one thing.
Okay. Go to our last one. This one is going to, this one is very interesting.
I like this already.
Yes.
This looks like it's
So,
in my
Yeah.
wheelhouse.
This one's basically, there's a demon in Portland, and
I like-
demons hate white people,
So
apparently.
yeah, and I hate Portland, but I respect demons.
Yeah. So, Portland, Oregon, by the way, not Maine. So, yeah, let's go ahead and watch.
Oh, I didn't refresh it. Hold on.
Oh, my geez.
Hold on. I don't want to refresh it with. Hold on.
Hmm.
It's the whole thing.
Roma doesn't want to show any boobies
Well, there's
Not-
a lot of side ads that are really not
where they're
appropriate.
cybering.
Yes.
Yes.
All right.
Hold on.
We're good. We're good. Don't no.
I should spit on you.
Don't spit on. Don't spit on. Don't spit on. Don't spit.
Don't you tell me to fuck off.
He was joking. He was
I
joking.
hate your people.
He was. Don't.
I hate you. I hate you with all my heart.
Okay.
I hate
It's a good costume.
Fuck you. Fuck you.
Why are you telling me to fuck off?
Fuck you.
Why are you telling me to fuck off? We're just sitting here. We're just minding
Pause
our
it for
business.
just a
You came up to us.
I can't. Oh my god. Oh my god. No. So my mouse is frozen.
You will be going to hell. I promise you.
Oh
that.
my god.
Your Jesus will not save you.
Oh
He will
my
not
god.
save you because he doesn't exist. Jesus is black.
All right. So, here we go, Roma.
That was bad. We might
There we
need
go.
to fucking. You might need to edit that.
Yeah. So we'll maximize these from now on.
Well, no, I did, but you said pause it, so I thought if I hit the space bar, I might pause it, and it
Yeah.
didn't.
Okay. So Roma
My
loves to
mouse
show stuff,
froze.
gaping things.
Wait, how did you maximize it? Because I didn't have that option.
There's this guy.
That was not there. Fuck. Oh my fuck.
So
If you're listening to this, do not go
Yeah.
on.
this site, yeah. So what we have here is a Portland, Oregon. It is a man dressed in a leather, or not a man, I don't know, but it sounds like a man, dressed in a leather jacket with a tie, and it looks like he was in some sort of formal event. I don't know, but he is dressed like a demon. You can't see his hands.
like a-
They're got some kind of gloves on
Some
him.
type of animal goat man
Closer
thing.
to a
Yeah.
satyr more than anything. But
A soothsayer?
yes,
What's a satyr?
a satyr is half goat, half man.
Okay, all right. Yeah, and definitely goat-like face. It has like double horns on each side, and
It's got the ears.
Yeah, ears
It's
coming
got
off.
the ears.
And he is very worked up. And he seems quite angry. So yeah, we'll
To
just
say the least.
Yeah,
Yeah.
my mouse is dead.
all right.
All right. Have a good night.
See you in hell.
Okay.
You will be going to hell. I promise you that.
Okay.
Your Jesus
don't think
will
so.
not save you.
Okay.
He will not save you because he doesn't exist. Jesus is black.
Okay. Is this your Uber? Is this your Uber?
No, you fucker.
Is this your Uber? No, you fucker.
I respect this creature.
Yeah,
I
it's nice.
respect him
Oh.
a lot.
Fuck you white people.
Wait.
I hate you with all my heart.
You're being
All right.
nice tonight. Have a good night.
Lucifer will destroy you. He will suffer you.
Okay. All
Yes,
right, we're
in
good.
the end.
We're good.
His
Oh,
old
Frank
blue eyes.
Sinatra.
Yeah. And I think they're standing across from a 7-Eleven. I think if you look in the mirror or in the window, you can see
So,
see the lights of a 7-Eleven.
Yeah.
Yeah.
oh, good call.
Yeah.
Fuck yeah.
Just doing some little bit of yeah.
So that's a really amazing mask.
Mhm. Yeah, prosthetics obviously, very much so. His ears are covered up. Like I don't know where this guy came from, but he
Apparently in hell, because that's where he's saying
I
he's going to
guess.
see people.
He
And I
doesn't
mean-
like white people though, and I is he wearing gloves? I can't tell what his race is, but it's funny
Yeah.
because his mask looks very white. It looks very Caucasian. It's a very Caucasian skin tone.
Yeah.
I could
definitely
be
the
wrong.
the tone, yeah, but I think the nose is pretty wide.
I mean, it's a deer,
yeah.
so
Something like that. Yeah, and I think he it's in Portland, so a black guy's not going to talk like a black guy from Portland.
you don't
know,
think so?
He's going to be an actor. He's going to talk like an actor like this guy.
Okay.
You know, I don't know if he's actually an actor, but I'd imagine he has a community theater background.
I don't know. I've never been to Portland.
And it's just kind of funny because Portland is so shitty that even demons are fed up with it.
Yeah.
Well, that's fair.
And they spend time in hell,
That's also fair.
you know, and they're like for a demon, they win when they get to be on Earth. Like that's their jam. That's why
That's very true.
you know, possess people and all sorts of things. But here, Roma. Here, Roma. Here.
Oh, I'm like.
Yeah. So I just thought that was a very interesting video. It's
He was talking about going to hell and, hating on white people.
Mhm.
And I've found that the best way to make sure that you're prepared for a place like hell is to find yourself at thesensiblesociopathpodcast.com.
Mhm.
You can definitely make sure that you have
Oh my god.
all of your proper apparel. You can have your coffee, which was cold, but since you're in hell, you automatically have it in the Charlie Cat mug, nice and piping hot.
Mhm.
Your feet will not be completely burned alive. They will look quite stylish in our Sen socks.
Mhm.
And before, the shirts and hoodies are peeled away from your flesh,
Mhm.
you will at least look stylish, and that demon will say, that looked good for
Mhm.
half a second.
You'd probably
But-
see one of them in your shirt later on.
Yeah, they might even take it from you
Mhm.
because you found it at thesensiblesociopathpodcast.com.
Absolutely. And you can also find us on every podcasting platform. You can download us now. Please subscribe to us here on YouTube. You can also so hit that thumbs up, share, shoot that share-o to your friends and family, and comment. Leave us a comment. Tell us what you like about the show and what you want us to show you later. We'll show you all sorts of cool stuff.
Yeah, we apparently showed a lot.
Mhm.
Wow.
Roma showed people's insides.
Jesus Christ,
Roma's all about gaping.
dude,
Mhm.
you need to edit that out.
I will.
Okay.
Roma, it's
That's
fine.
going to make the edit so much better.
It's,
No, I'm just gonna blur it, so it's all
Just
audio
blur it,
wise.
just
It's-
blur
yeah,
it.
I'm just
Yeah,
gonna
yeah,
blur
yeah.
the little blocks, and then it's just gonna be.
I'm sorry to make you more
yeah.
work. My mouse
No,
died and I
that's
had no
hilarious.
control.
That's hilarious.
All right.
Oh, my goodness.
Well, everybody,
Find
we're
us. Yeah, you can find us on Instagram at the Sensible Sociopath Podcast, and you can find me on Twitter at Stephen Paul Cast. Roma, you want to lead us out with some gaping or whatever you think would be
no, I
appropriate?
think I'm good.
All right.
Good Good night, everybody.
Thanks, everybody. Love y'all.
Have a good
See you
night.
next week.
Podcast in the world.
Bye.
The world would not be the same.
I like it.
No wonder my anxiety's so high.
Few people laughed. Few people cried.
Oh, what's in the box?
Most people were silent.
And that was it.
Now I am become death,
Sounds like a bad time.
the destroyer of worlds.
Yeah, so this doesn't seem like a great idea to me.
I suppose we all thought that, one way or another.
You didn't tell me any of that. That's crazy.
Well, Rama, when you're a hero, you don't tell everyone until you're on your podcast.
I'm about to hear some shit.
We all need to laugh.
I think just sitting down and, listening to...
The Sensible Sociopath. This is the shit you're supposed to be watching.
Gen X is going to love it. Millennials are going to be like, I'm offended.
You have offended me.
Also, my dog has a giant dick.
Oh my god, that's enormous.
I love it.
It's still a racist dog whistle.
Where you kind of have like a rotating cast of characters.
We're talking baby seals, eagles, wolves.
I'm just glad we're not going to have to eat with racism anymore.
It's worse than the butthole.
We're technically considered propaganda.
It is very contagious.
I think we really need to talk about environmentalism.
Like, are they studying pine cones?
Make yourself a nice stingray omelet. That's how Steve Irwin died. Cholesterol.
It's fucking delicious.
His father had ended up killing his mother and committing suicide.
In that order?
That's diabolical. I like it.
They had an apple gun where he could shoot Bigfoot.
Has she always been retarded?
I mean, she could have had a head injury.
You don't know anything about tartar sauce.
He had picked up a 400-pound statue and was like walking around with it.
Was the statue racist?
I like to think so.
It's like how they invented bacon and avocado to make a turkey sandwich tolerable.
I have a fear of fire.
Like a werewolf? Daniel, you've been our greatest viewer. Well, Daniel and Sarah and Katrina. Daniel!